Well, now to a couple who had no running water in their home, and for years it had been that way. Family members call 5 on your side.
Channel 5's Rudy Mireles with how Channel 5 News was able to help.
Warm air blows through fans strategically placed to maximize the breeze from windows. Celestino Ortega and his wife Eres Vista have been living here for the last 20 years. They know how to be efficient in the home he built with his bare hands. Living off a small income in their golden years, the Ortegas live like average people their age. But one thing is different for this family. They don't have running water. Their daughter-in-law Eva remembers seeing them suffer when they first met.
They're elderly. Right now he's 80, and I believe she's like 77, something like that, right? My husband and I got married in 2012, so that doesn't make them very young, right? To see them carrying buckets of water. So I thought, you know what? They don't deserve this. You know, they've already lived most of their life. They deserve to have like everybody else.
After realizing her in-laws were paying neighbors for buckets of water, she decided to help. Ortega was told by East Rio Hondo Water Supply Corporation it would be $3,000 to install a meter. Ortega offered a $2,000 payment and asked for a plan to pay the rest. They didn't accept payment plans on her side of the street. In 2016, Eva's husband was incarcerated in Rockport, Texas, so the Ortegas moved, wanting to be closer to their son, not even living in their Lozano home. Then in July 2019, the Ortegas found that water had finally been connected, but not how they expected. Celestino had been indicted for theft. Even though no meter was ever installed, the ERHWSC claimed Ortega had stolen water from the tap from the time they purchased the property in 1998, including the 4-year period they lived in Rockport. The Ortegas claimed they had no idea the water was available. That wasn't enough for law enforcement.
They put him in jail for a day. He was going to court. They were going to litigation. During the time, I went and I took out a loan so I could help him without having him to pay the $5,000 charge or whatever, the court costs, the attorney's fees, all that.
The Ortegas reached out to ERHWSC once more to see if something could be done. They could pay the amount owed and charges would be dropped. Ortega took out another loan, but since the meter had never been installed, they still couldn't use the water. In August, Ortega applied for a USDA Rural Development grant to assist her in-laws. They were excited. They were told it would take around 3 months. 7 months later, the response was the same.
We were out in Home Depot taking pictures because they needed stuff like that, right? And it's like, well, we haven't even heard from these people in a long time, you know, and I'll call them, you know, periodically to find out, and they give me the same wait 3 months. The most you're going to wait is 3 months.
Channel 5 went to the USDA. Not authorized to speak on camera, they emailed us a statement the next day. After our inquiry, the Ortegas had been scheduled for an evaluation and expedited as a hardship case. For average homeowners, a day without water can be a lifetime. For the Ortegas, getting the ball rolling is enough for now. Ortega added that her in-laws are happy we got them answers. Although they might not have water yet, they are excited that the process is finally moving forward. In the newsroom, Rudy Mireles, Channel 5 News at 6.